So Willows Lodge, the location is so deep, and what I mean by that, there is an atmosphere here that hardly anybody will talk about. That there's peace, there's joy. People love coming to Willows Lodge because of the location. There's something so different and so unique.
So 20-some years ago, somebody said, hey, they're opening a great hotel across the street from Chateau Saint Michel. And I rolled my eyes and I said, okay, why? Why would you do that? What's here? What's going to attract them? And of course, I was the fool. I didn't realize the impact that the Willows Lodge, Barking Frog, could have on this community in general of tourism, and then also with the wine community. When you look at all that's happened here in the last 20 years, 40 years actually, Willows Lodge is actually one of the prime movers, one of the instigators, if you will, of why this great community exists here today.
I thought there was a potential to have a weekend business with wine and food focus, and then a weekday business with Microsoft and other companies out here. So that was the beginning, and then I worked to see if I could get a piece of property, a piece of land out here.
I remember being here really when they were doing the groundbreaking. So I saw the whole thing grow from the ground up, and it was just so cool to see Woodinville and food and wine really finally kind of becoming a dot on the map.
There'd be 6 of us in one room, so it'd be like me, you, Mark Ryan, Tim Stevens, somebody else was probably there, Bear, and we'd have a venue to taste with Robert Parker because he wouldn't come see all 5 of our wineries because we were too small at that time, and so that was great.
I think from the get-go, this community, just building this destination here in Woodinville with the help of all the wineries, and Willows Lodge kind of being the hub of where people gather in. I think this community from the get-go has been pretty amazing.
Kind of, put that stamp of it's official. This is wine country. We have a hotel that's being built with a restaurant that's going to be here. And it's just going to take Woodinville out of that kind of sleepy, burby farm world with a few wineries sprinkled around to all of a sudden becoming a real place where, maybe, one day we'll have, national recognition and people actually traveling to Woodinville to come visit wineries to taste wine.
It was the location, right on the river and next to Red Hook and Columbia and Saint Michel. So I thought it was the perfect location.
With JM Cellars and Willows Lodge and the Barking Frog. So I've got so many great memories. But they all circle around the people, and starting from the very beginning with James Simkins, who I've got to say was one of the best human beings I have ever met in my life. And I think to this day, his culture, his desire for service, his desire for excellence permeates through everything that goes on at Willows Lodge. And it's a great testament and monument to James, who I will forever miss.
Willows has been through some pretty tough times. Our first thing was 9/11, and then we had the earthquake, which didn't really affect business. And then 2008, and thanks to the staff and the fact that we have each other's backs, we've made it through it. And it seems that we may need that resilience again this year. And I think it's because people really love working here.
The depth of character, the depth of passion, the depth of commitment and buying into a common vision is uncomparable here to any of the other places I've been.
And you walk in the door, and it seems like everybody from the guy opening the door, the valet guy, the bellman guy, to the front desk, to all your servers, they seem to know us by name. You know, welcome back, Mr. Lell. It's great to see you. And it just, gosh, that feels good. And it just feels like family, like you said down here.
We have done some pretty fantastic winemaker dinners here at the Barking Frog, and this is going back to 2003, 2004. We've done different versions of wine dinners that were just Mark Ryan, and some other ones included other Woodinville wineries as well. But oftentimes we'll take the entire restaurant and throw a pretty good party.
Out pops Bobby Moore with more food. I mean, and it was, I'll never forget that. Like the dude, nobody asked him to do that. He's just like, I love you. Here, like, y'all need to eat. It was great.
Well, I mean, breaking bread together is I think the most important thing. Whether it be with friends or with family, it's where everybody at the end of the day has that in common.
I mean, a million events we've done here, you know, whether it is the Experience Woodinville or Iron Vintner. I mean, it's just even a small part is like just eating at the Barking Frog. We each have our wineries broken down into sections.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're interspersed along a
We get our
big
own
wine list.
sections.
Yeah, it's like wines by Gorman Winery. And I'm like, wow, you know, my ego is giant. So like you walk into a
Didn't
place
take
like
that.
yeah. But you walk into it and you're like, hey, there's my name. And I feel really good about being here.
Iron Vintner.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my fondest memories in the last 20 years of fun, of great memories. Right here in Fireside, the Fireside patio, winemakers against winemakers.
20 vintages in the wine business is a pretty amazing feat. You know, we've seen a lot of incredible growth. The Barking Frog and Willows Lodge has been a fantastic partner all the way through our journey. I think that one of my first wholesale deliveries was to the Barking Frog for wines for their list back in the early days. So that means a lot.
God, I love 1,000 things about Willows Lodge, but I like that it's selfishly that it's so close to my tasting room. We're within probably about 500 feet of it, I feel like. So, and then if you go to the Fireside during their music, their Negronis are amazing.
But most of all, I love the people here across the ages. It doesn't really matter who's here. They're all warm, they're sincere, they care. You might even go so far as to say that you feel the love. And I love the fact that my new winery and tasting room is right through the secret hedge.
This is a second home to me. You always hear this saying, time flies when you're having fun, but it couldn't be more true about Willows Lodge. Definitely a second home.
Our culture at Willows Lodge is one of family.
One of the greatest things about Willows Lodge is we are a family.
My life here in 18 years, it was all about how I could watch my children grow while holding a career that I loved.
It is such a special place, and what we've created here and the careers that we've helped launch and the lives that have been changed by Willows Lodge.
During this time in 2020 where communication was just mandatory and very welcome, our team created a Willows Strong Facebook page where we continued to celebrate anniversaries and birthdays and photos of the lodge.
When you get to have fun and you get to do it with friends, you know, like Mark and the other people that support us, it's at the end of the day, it's just fun.
When you hear Willows and you speak Willows to so many people, instantly a smile comes on their face. And that says it all. And I attribute that to our founders of what they created here, Phil and Jim and James and others, that I've been very blessed and fortunate to end my career down the road right here at Willows.
Willows Lodge has been a special place for me personally over the last 7 years I've been here. Because it's in a community that I love, it's doing something with people that I love, and it's in a time that has been very challenging, has always felt like home.
So no celebration of Willows would be complete without thanking the ownership group, particularly Phil, Margaret, and Stan, great supporters of the property.
Yeah, I've got a special heart for Willows, not only because of being there so many times, but the partnership and friendship with James Simkins and Jim Treadway throughout the partnership with MTM. So it's a great place, and there's no question that it doesn't happen without the people.
Fellas, here's to 20 years of Willows Lodge and an unlimited number going forward.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.
This is awesome. Cheers to 20 years.
And cheers to 20 vintages.
And here's to 20 more.
What we provide and what we do here is truly special, and I think our guests feel that every single day they come here, and that's what keeps me coming back, and I look forward to the next chapter that lies ahead.